Testing, testing, testing. How are we doing today? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yes, we are good. Okay. So, all right. Today we're going to be talking about how to lose weight, how to lose body fat. I'm going to be going over what a calorie deficit is. And I'm also going to be giving you guys some tactical tips to help you be in a calorie deficit so that you can achieve your weight loss goals. It is a Friday night, and I appreciate everybody that is tuning in with me. So let's start this off real quick, real simple. Number one, everybody tell me, what is your fitness goal? What is the fitness goal that you would like to achieve within the next 3 months? That's question number one. All right. And like I said, for the people that are just now joining in, I said today we're going to be going over how to lose weight. I'm going to be going over what a calorie deficit is, how to be in a calorie deficit. And I'm also going to give you guys some simple tips to just make losing weight simple and easy. All right. So that is question number one. What is the fitness goal that you would like to achieve within the next 3 months? All right. Hello, hello. Lose fat and build muscle. All right. To cut. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of things related to losing body fat and building muscle. Lose fat in my lower abdomen and getting lean. Eat less. That's what you have to do. Because deficit to lose body fat. I'd like to lose 30 pounds. Supplements to help with cravings. All right. So, okay. Not really finished with sticking to the diet. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I'm seeing a lot of people are here because they are trying to lose body fat. That is the goal that we are trying to achieve over the next, let's say, three months. Now, today I'm going to be going over how to lose weight, how to lose body fat. All right. So everybody, please pay attention. So first, how do we lose weight? To lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit. Now, I know we hear this like all the time. And I remember the first time I heard this, I didn't know what a calorie deficit was. So this is what a calorie is. A calorie is a unit of energy. So when you look on the back of a wrapper, like when you look at the back of a chocolate bar, or if you look at the calories in a burger, what that is telling you is how much energy is in that food. So the same way cars use gasoline for fuel, our bodies use calories, aka food, for fuel. So we eat food, we get energy from that food, and that's how we live, that's how we grow, that's how we function, that's how we stay alive. Okay, so the same way gasoline is fuel for a car, calories is fuel for the human body. So when you are eating your food, I want you to picture that you are eating fuel. All right. Now, what is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit is when you are not eating enough fuel to power your body. So imagine if you are driving your car, but you're not putting gas in it. That's just like you using your body, but you're not putting food in it. What happens if you do that with a car? It shuts off. What happens when you do that with a human? We don't shut off. Instead, our bodies, it taps into our reserves, so our body fat. So if you don't eat enough food, meaning you are eating less than your body needs, you're eating less calories than your body needs, your body's then going to tap into the stored body fat that it has on you. That's why when you're trying to lose body fat, you need to go on a diet. You need to control the amount of calories that you eat. So if you're trying to lose body fat, the most important thing is to control the amount of calories that you eat. You need to make sure that you are eating less calories than your body is burning, and you have to do that on a consistent basis. The reason why people get fat, like, and I've been there, the reason why I got fat, the reason why you have gotten fat is because we, for a period of time, we have eaten more calories than our body needed. So imagine, this is an extreme example. Let's say all you do is sit down and you watch TV. So you're not moving your body much, but you're just eating just everything. You're eating greasy food, fried food. You're just taking in calories like with no concern. That is how people get overweight. So how do we lose that weight? We need to eat less calories. So we need to move more to make our bodies burn more calories. The same way in a car, you got to drive more to make it burn more fuel. We need to move our bodies more to make it burn more calories and make sure we are eating less. And we need to make systems to make eating less simpler and easier. And we need to create systems to make moving more simpler and easier. This is why I'm very big on creating routines for yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, do 60 minutes of cardio. That's a system where you are automatically going to be burning more calories. When I say eat protein and veggies for your 3 meals a day, that is a system that makes it very easy for you to be eating a less amount of calories than your body is burning, which results in automatic fat loss. Okay. So this is an extreme example. Let's say I have a lot of body fat to lose. If you lock me in a closet for 3 days and I don't eat anything, I'm not going to die. My body's not going to shut down. My body's going to keep on functioning. Why? Because it's going to be eating away at the stored body fat that I have stored. So if you're a man and you have man boobs, if you're a woman and you have love handles, if you don't eat enough, your body's going to be burning away that stored body fat that you have in your body to keep you alive and functioning. Okay. So quick quiz. What does the calorie deficit thing, how does that relate to us losing body fat? Okay. Take a second and put that in the chat. But I'm going to just skip on by this. I don't want to waste you guys' time. All right. So this is the answer. What is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit means you are burning more calories than you eat, which forces your body to use stored fat for energy. All right. So your stored body fat equals your back rolls. It equals your face fat. It equals your love handles. It equals your arm fat. Anywhere on your body, if you touch it and it jiggles and you want to get rid of that, understand that that is just stored body fat. And the only thing you have to do to get rid of that is be in a calorie deficit. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to share my screen and I'm going to show you specifically what you have to do to make sure that you are in a calorie deficit. All right. So if step number one, if you want to be in a calorie deficit, the first thing you got to do is figure out how many calories your body burns every day. How do we do that? We go to Google. We type in calorie calculator. I go to this one, but you could select anyone. They're all going to give you a pretty good answer. You click it. You just put in your information. So you put in your age, right? Let's say you are 45. You're a male who's 5'10" and you weigh 260 pounds. And let's say you have a very, sedentary job and you don't move much. So we're going to put you are sedentary. We calculate and it's going to tell you this is how many calories your body burns every day. So now it's going to tell you how many calories you need to eat if you want to lose weight. And it literally tells you right here, if you want to lose 2 pounds a week, which most people would want to do, it's telling you this is how many calories you would have to eat every single day in order to be losing 2 pounds of body fat a week. Now, this is how it works. In 1 pound of body fat, there are 3,500 calories. In 2 pounds of body fat, there are 7,000 calories. So you have to get your body to burn 7,000 calories in order for you to have burnt off 2 pounds of body fat. This is why you need to eat in a calorie deficit. You need to hit this specific number that it gives you every single day for 7 days. And it works because if your body is burning this number and you subtract 1,000 calories from this number, you get this. Right. And then you multiply that by 7 days, that equals 7,000. And that's how you lose 2 pounds of body fat in a week. Now, let's say this person wanted to lose more than 2 pounds of body fat in a week. Then what do I have them do? Okay. If you wanted to burn 3 pounds a week, not only do you have to eat this number of calories every day, but then you need to do 500 calories worth of cardio every day as well. And then I'd have you losing 3 pounds a week. And if you wanted to burn 4 pounds a week, you would eat this number of calories and you would do 1,000 calories worth of cardio every day. All right. So this is how people are able to get results where they're losing 2, 3, 4 pounds of body fat every week. Okay. So that's how that works. Now, once you have the amount of calories you need to eat every day, then you just have to track all the calories you eat and just make sure you do not go over this number. If you go over this number, you are limiting the amount of body fat you will be able to eat. All right. And that's That's the science behind it. Now I'm going to get into some tactical tips that you guys can follow. All right. So next, you being in a calorie deficit, that will make you lose weight. You will lose body fat if you're in a calorie deficit. But there's something else. If you are only in a calorie deficit, you might lose muscle as well too if you do not eat enough protein. All right. Now, why do we need protein? Protein helps us maintain our muscle mass as we are losing the body fat. I know everybody here would love to lose 30 pounds, all right? But you don't want to lose 30 pounds if 15 of those pounds is your muscle, which could happen if you're not eating enough protein. All right. So you want to make sure that you are eating enough protein every day, and that's going to help you preserve your muscle mass. So you're losing the body fat and you are keeping your muscle. You might even be able to build muscle. Like mostly everybody in here that's watching this should be able to build muscle while they're losing body fat, as long as they eat enough protein. The other benefit of protein is it helps keep you full, which means you will be eating less calories. So it makes it easier for you to be in a calorie deficit if you're eating enough protein. Right. Another benefit of eating enough protein is that it actually boosts your metabolism. So when you eat, let's say, chicken breast. So let's say you have two people. One person is eating a chicken breast. The other person is eating a donut. Your body will actually burn more calories to digest chicken breast than it will a donut. Right. That's another benefit of eating a high protein diet. It literally boosts your metabolism. Okay. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of the science of how like the protein and lifting works when it comes to building muscle. So protein is what like your muscles are made of. All right. So your muscles are made of protein. Like protein are like the building blocks for your muscle mass. When you lift weights, that's you like sending a signal to your body telling it to build more muscle. All right. So like let's use this work site analogy. Let's say let's say we're on a work site and I tell you build me a house. So you lifting weights would be you telling your body, hey, build muscle. But if you don't eat enough protein, your body's like, I want to build muscle, but you didn't give me any of the supplies. I don't have any bricks, I don't have any wood, I don't have any concrete. How can I build the house? You didn't give me what I need. That's why you need to lift weights, aka you're telling your body build muscle. Right. And then when you eat enough protein, now your body has the materials to build the house. Now, if you just eat a lot of protein, but you don't lift weights, that's just like you having a bunch of material, but you are not sending any signals to your body telling it to actually build muscle. All right. Now, this to give you guys a little more in-depth information on that. When you lift weights, you put tension on the muscle, and that's what triggers muscle growth. So you lift weights, you put tension on it, and that triggers muscle growth. So next, how much protein do you need? You need to eat 1 gram of protein for every pound of your goal body weight. So it doesn't really matter how much you weigh right now. What is your goal body weight? So if you want to weigh 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein a day. If you want to weigh 180 pounds, eat 180 grams of protein a day. If you want to weigh 100 pounds, eat 100 grams of protein a day. If you want to weigh 40 pounds, eat 40 grams of protein a day. All right. Now, where do we get protein from? You can get your protein from lean meats like chicken breast, steak. You have like fish, tilapia, and other white fish. You have eggs, egg whites. You also have protein shakes and protein bars. These are different protein sources. And you also have plant-based protein sources as well. Google that. Also, you can use MyFitnessPal. That's a calorie tracker, and that will help you keep track of the amount of protein that you're eating as well. Let's see. Now, quick caveat. When I say lean meats is basically if you look at meat, if you can see a lot of fat on it, it's not lean. Like you should be able to look at the meat and see it doesn't have a lot of fat. So if you look at chicken breast, there's no fat on that. If you look at chicken thighs, there's a little bit more fat on there, but chicken thighs is not that bad. There's certain cuts of steak. You can look at a top sirloin steak. You see it's very lean, not a lot of fat. But if you look at a cut of steak where you can see there's like a whole bunch of fat in it, that isn't lean. That wouldn't be good for fat loss because the calories would be very high because of all the fat in it. All right. So this is a recap of how it all ties together for the people that want to lose body fat and build muscle. If your goal is fat loss, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That means you need to be eating less calories than your body burns. So you need to be moving more so your body is burning more calories and eating less calories. So that forces your body to eat away at your stored body fat. That is how you're going to lose weight. When I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, I was running 10 miles a day and I was only eating two small meals of some chicken breast and lettuce. So I was basically eating like no calories and I was burning a ton of calories because I was super active. That's how I got that done. It was hard. Right. So that's for fat loss. When you want to build muscle now, you need to make sure that while you're in a calorie deficit, you are hitting your protein goal and you are lifting weights. All three of those things are needed in order for you to lose body fat and build muscle. You must be in a calorie deficit. You must be eating an adequate amount of protein and you must be lifting weights as well. Okay. Now we're going to get into the tactics. These are like the specific little tactics that we can all follow. If this is helpful for you guys, let me know, let me know that you guys are getting value from this. Please, it would mean a lot to me. All right. Okay. So how do we eat to lose body fat? Right now, these are just simple ways for you to be in a calorie deficit. This is what a plate of food should look like. Right? On your plate, you should have 6 to 9 ounces of a protein source. You should have plenty of vegetables. And if you are going to eat some carbs, which I don't think you should have at every meal, unless you are like just super active, um, do a small serving of carbs. And this could be the formula that you follow for every single meal. 6 to 9 ounces of a lean protein source. That's going to give you around 50 grams of protein. You have plenty of vegetables. That's going to be very filling, and the calories are going to be low. That's why eating vegetables is so good. You may not like it, but the calories are going to be lower, and it's going to help keep you full, and you're going to get fiber so you don't get constipated as bad when you're switching up your diet. And the next thing is, if you're going to be doing carbs, do it in moderation. So half a cup of cooked rice or just 1 cup of cooked rice, not 10 cups of cooked rice. That's way too many calories. You do not need that. And for the people that think they need carbs for energy, you don't need that much energy. If you have a lot of body fat on your body, you have all the energy that you need. All right. So you don't need that much carbs. That was a little bit of a joke, but not really. I'm actually being serious. All right. So once again, this is how you want to structure your plate. Make sure you have an adequate amount of protein. I like to say 5 to 9 ounces, 6 to 9 ounces of cooked protein. Have plenty of vegetables and do the carbs in moderation. And the carbs is optional. All right. Now, when you're going grocery shopping, get rid of that. When you're going grocery shopping, um, this is how I like to do my grocery shopping for fat loss to keep it simple. Number one, I pick a protein source. So I buy chicken breasts, chicken thighs, ground beef, and egg whites. I get my protein. Next, I get some vegetables. I like mixed veggies. I like broccoli, whatever vegetable you like, whatever protein source you like. And then next, I pick a carbohydrate source. I pick my carbs. I like quinoa, and I've been doing sweet potato as well lately. And sometimes I do rice cakes. And then finally, I pick my fruit. The fruit is for the snack. So if you are somebody who suffers with, late night cravings, you like to eat fruit late at, you like to snack on cake, fruit is now going to be your dessert. Right. So lately I've been doing watermelon. I do grapes. Fruit is the way to go. If you, quick side note, I had a client. He lost 35 pounds in less than 6 months. And the only change he made was whenever he wanted to eat something sweet, he only ate fruit. He didn't change anything else. He didn't even get a full meal plan. That was the only change he made. Okay. So fruit should be your snack. And fat loss aside, just imagine how much of a healthier individual you would be if instead of eating cakes and cookies and chips, you start snacking on fruit. Forget the fat loss, even though it's amazing. We're gonna look good, we're gonna feel good, whatever. Now you're gonna live longer. You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna be healthier. All right. So this is a quick grocery shopping one-on-one. Next, let's double down. So what protein sources to buy? You can get chicken. You can get chicken breasts. You can get chicken thighs. You can get chicken wings. Uh, you can get ground chicken. Next, you can get egg whites or you can get eggs. You can get steak. You can get 96% lean ground turkey or ground beef. You can get fish. Next, what vegetables to buy? Broccoli, green beans, zucchini, etc. What carbs to buy? You can get potatoes, sweet potato, rice, quinoa, bread, pasta. Now, guys, look, when we are going through this list, you got to pick the foods that you're going to like the most. Now, no matter what you say, no matter, I don't care who lied to you, when you trying to lose weight, you going to suffer a little bit. You don't go from eating McDonald's and eating food that made you 100 pounds overweight to now we're trying to lose weight and eat healthy, and not like, you're not going to love every meal that you eat, but forget loving the food that you eat. I care about results. I care about your results. All right. So you want to try to find foods that you're going to like somewhat, but you're not going to love all of this stuff. And it's going to get boring sometimes, but you got to stay consistent and not deviate just because things get boring. Anything worth having, anything worthwhile, it requires sacrifice. Right. And I can guarantee you this, like, nothing tastes as good as achievement in accomplishing your fitness goals is going to feel. So make the sacrifice. But yeah, like, you want to pick the protein sources that you're going to like, and you can swap it out. Don't got to just be chicken every day. You don't just got to be steak every day. You can try different options so you have some variety. Try the vegetables and season them well. Season your meat well so it tastes good. Add a little bit of some sauce. Don't drag it, but add a little bit of sauce to make sure that you can stomach the taste of things. Try different carb sources because we do want a little bit of variety. Next, we're going to talk about what snacks to buy. You can get fruit. You can get Greek yogurt, which I hate, by the way. That's why I never talk about it. You can get protein bars, but you have to do that in moderation. You cannot eat 5 protein bars in a day and think you're going to be losing weight. That will halt your progress completely. You can do boiled eggs and you can do protein shakes. All right. So this is a good little grocery shopping list for you. Make sure I get my protein, right? Make sure I get my vegetables, make sure I get my carbs, and make sure I get me some healthy snacks. That's it. You don't need to buy anything else. And one of the biggest things that you can do when you're trying to lose body fat is set your environment up so that it helps you succeed with this. So if you are, now I'll use myself. I used to love eating cereal. I used to eat cereal every single night. You know what I'm saying? When I wanted to lose weight and stop eating cereal, what did I have to do? I had to stop buying cereal. So all the stuff that you should not be buying, or all the stuff you should not be eating, do not buy it. And if you already have it, throw it away. What drinks to buy? You can buy water, seltzer water. You can drink diet soda. You can drink diet juice. You can drink any beverage that is 0 calories. All right. So 0 calories. That's what, anything that is 0 calories, you can drink. All right, now let me give you guys some examples of different breakfast things that you can eat. And these are all things that I personally like to do. So option number 1, you can do 1 cup of egg whites with 2 eggs and some veggies. This is really good because it's a ton of protein. It's like 40 grams of protein. The calories are pretty low and it's very filling. Option number 2, you can do 2 cups of egg whites and some veggies. This is 50 grams of protein and the calories are even lower. You can also do a protein shake. Once again, this is also close to 50 grams of protein and the calories are low. And when you're making a protein shake, don't add a whole bunch of stuff to it. I've seen people add ice cream to their shakes, add a whole bunch of peanut butter. Keep it simple. Protein powder, water, simple. You can add berries if you want because berries are very low in calories. You can also do a cup of egg whites, veggies, and 4 ounces of steak. This is going to be more savory, but once again, high protein, low calories. That's a great option as well, too. So you can literally screenshot this and eat this for breakfast every day. And if right now, if you're skipping breakfast or if you're doing stuff like muffins and bagels and just eating crazy for breakfast, this change alone, you will see a massive difference. Lunch examples. Me for lunch, normally I would like to avoid carbs for lunch because when I eat starches for lunchtime, I get a little groggy. But you don't have to. You could eat a small amount of carbs if you want to. But these are some examples. You can do a protein and some veggies. It could be salmon, chicken breast, steak, or chicken thighs, or any type of protein source that you want with a side of veggies. All right, let's quick break for a second. Once again, guys, let me know if this is helping you guys out. You know, if this is helpful, please just put in the comment section. Let me know that you guys are getting value from this. You know, it just helps me come up with better ideas. Okay, next, we're going to talk about dinner examples. Now, I like to do carbs with my dinner just because when I eat carbs with my dinner, it actually helps put me to sleep. You know, so that's why I like to do that. Now, you can do salmon, broccoli, a little bit of couscous. You can do chicken breast, green beans, and a little bit of carbs. But these are some different examples. Now, once again, if you are going to be doing carbs, moderation is key. Like half a cup of rice or 4 ounces of potatoes. We're not doing it in excess in abundance because at the end of the day, we need to be in a calorie deficit. So the most important thing is just managing the calories that we are eating. We have to be eating less calories than we are burning. And that is what drives fat loss. And whenever I work with a client who is like stuck, they're not losing body fat. The thing is, like, we have to force the body to eat away at the stored body fat that we have. So we're going to be prioritizing our protein. We're going to be keeping those calories low. We're going to be trying to be as active as possible so we can just drive fat loss. We want to drive the body's utilization of our body fat for fuel as much as we can. And you can't do that if you're constantly eating or constantly snacking. Okay. Next, snack examples. Now, for most people, I tell them just do one snack a day. You know, do a protein shake, fruit, protein bar, Greek yogurt. Sometimes I'll give an allowance of 2 snacks a day if the person is counting and tracking their calories. But for the most part, I try to leave it to just one snack a day. The reason why is because, yes, we want to be in a big calorie deficit, but I also want to form new habits in people. I want to break us out of the habits of excessively eating and get used to being in a deficit and not eating that much. All right. Now, this right here is an example of a full day of eating. All right. Breakfast, you have 1 cup of egg whites, 2 eggs, some mixed veggies. Lunch, you have chicken breast and veggies. Dinner, chicken breast, veggies, potatoes. And as a snack, you have a protein shake. This meal plan right here, you could literally follow. Very high in protein. You will be in a calorie deficit unless you weigh 90 pounds. So this is going to be good for you losing body fat and building muscle. All right. Yes, learning a lot. You're excellent and giving easy to understand. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's helpful, but can you put timestamps on these meals? I get up at 8 a.m. All right, that's actually a really good point. It does not matter what time you eat. So if you look here, you see these 4 meals. Look, literally, you could eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and that snack. You could eat all 4 of these meals in one sitting, and you would get the same result as the same person who spaced their meals all out. The only thing that matters when you're trying to lose body fat is the total amount of calories that you're eating and the total amount of protein that you're eating. As long as you hit the correct numbers, the timing doesn't matter. So you could eat your breakfast at 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. You could eat your lunch at 8 a.m. or 3 p.m. It literally does not matter. The only thing I want you to focus on is having a meal plan and only eating what you have in your meal plan. If you can do that, you will be good. You will lose weight. All right. Next, now we're going to talk about the cardio. Do your cardio. All right. Now, doing cardio is going to help your body burn more calories. That's just going to help you lose body fat a little bit quicker. Now, I push people do 60 to 90 minutes of cardio daily. That'll help you lose an extra 2 pounds a week, right? Especially if you're somebody who's very sedentary. Like, I have friends, right? They'll be like, yeah, man, you spend a lot of time on that Stairmaster. You're doing an hour a day. That's a lot. And then, I talk to them like, no, like you're a trainer, you know, like I sit down in a chair all day and I coach people like I'm sitting down. I'm very inactive. So bare minimum, I'm doing 60 minutes of cardio every single day. And that doesn't even have me burning the same amount of calories as somebody who just has an active job. Like one of my friends is a plumber. From him going to work, he don't have to do any cardio because he just burns way more calories than me. So this is why doing your cardio, especially if you're very inactive, it's important. It just helps you burn more calories. All right. I was actually on a call with a woman not too long ago, and she told me that, well, one, she couldn't really walk. Like she was disabled to the point where she couldn't walk. She was older, and she said that she couldn't walk. She was like around think like 240, right? I'm not saying her name. So like, and this is for educational purposes. She was 240 pounds. She couldn't walk. And she told me that she believes her maintenance was 2,500 calories a day. And I'm like, I do an hour of cardio every day. I lift weights. I'm in the gym like 3 hours a day. Like I'm 215, have a lot of muscle mass, and my maintenance is around 2,700 calories a day. So, like your maintenance is not 2,500. So for a lot of people, if you are using these calorie calculators, when it tells you right here to put in your activity level, a lot of us, we overestimate like where we are. And that is a big issue. So by us doing cardio, if you do choose to put that you're moderately active, you doing that cardio will actually, give you an accurate read on it. So do the cardio. It just helps you burn more calories. Can't hurt. And even when you are not trying to lose body fat anymore, I do recommend having cardio be part of like your routine, whether or not it's 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, because it's just good, like to be active, get your blood flow going. It's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. Cardio can never be harmful unless you're doing like excessively way too much. When I was doing 10 miles a day, that was too much. Like my knees still click a little bit to this day from doing all of that. And that's pretty much um, everything we're going to cover today. Now I'm just going to go over a few tips to kind of help you guys stay consistent. So now we know, number one, we need to follow a meal plan. We know we need to do our cardio. I'm not going to get into weightlifting today, but if you just do the cardio, stick to the meal plan, and you lift weights to the best of your ability, it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll be able to lose body fat and build muscle. Now, look at this. Check this out. Tips to stay consistent. Number one, meal prep your food. This means you cook your food in advance, especially if you're busy. Cook your food in advance. So all you have to do is put it in the microwave and then voila, you have a meal. You don't have to struggle with temptation because you know that if you don't meal prep, as soon as you get hungry, you're probably going to revert back to your old habits because that's what human beings do. We go back to like what is most familiar to us. So set yourself up for success if you are really trying to lose this weight. There are people here that are trying to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and this goal is really important to you. So meal prep your food and go the extra mile. Step out of your comfort zone. The only thing that exists in your comfort zone is mediocrity. And I can tell you that you will never reach your goal if you do not get used to stepping out of your comfort zone and going the extra mile. I did not lose 100 pounds until I was willing to burn my boats and give 100% and be fully committed and do whatever it took to make this goal happen. I went from eating 3 McChickens every day from McDonald's, a large fry, chocolate chip cookies, and a sweet tea 2-3 times a day to just eating chicken breasts and lettuce. And it was hard, but I was committed, and that's when things changed. All right. So you must be committed. Meal prep your food. Next, do not buy junk food. Right. This also boils down to commitment. When you're in the grocery store, do not buy junk food. Right. And if you have it, throw it away. Like make that commitment. Like, yo, I'm getting this weight off. I'm getting like, I don't like how I look right now. I don't like how I feel right now. I deserve better than this. I am better than this. And I will reach my goal. I'm throwing away the junk food. Next, have pre-made options available. I keep frozen chicken breasts and pre-made chicken and veggies in my freezer all the time. I keep pre-made shakes all the time just because there's some days when I'm busy and I just can't cook. My wife don't feel like cooking. She might be tired, etc. It's convenient. And I'd rather do this than McDonald's. Some people will say, oh, the frozen chicken has sodium. Like you eat pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like you eat pizza and you smoke. Like this is fine. Next, weigh yourself daily. I recommend this because it holds you accountable. And you also get used to the fact that your weight is going to fluctuate. So just don't get bummed out when you see the weight fluctuation. Don't quit. Don't give up. But it is a good way to hold yourself accountable because if you're not seeing any progress after 2 weeks and you have a lot of weight to lose, then that could be a good indication that we have to change some things. Or maybe you're doing the right thing. You just got to be patient. But it's good for accountability. Next, drink diet soda instead of regular soda, just because you're going to save calories. Now, you could drink water, instead of it saying diet soda, it could say drink a 0-calorie beverage. So let's change that. Drink a 0 Drink 0 calorie drinks instead of regular soda. That could be diet soda. Use your favorite sauce. If the meal plan is getting boring and you want to jazz it up a little bit, add your favorite sauce. I add barbecue sauce to like all of my meals. Got to use it in moderation, but you can add sauce to it. That makes it a little bit easier to stick to. Do not use oil or butter when you are cooking your food. I've seen some people make chicken breasts and broccoli, but they add 500 calories extra to the meal because they use a lot of butter and oil. Don't do that. Do never fry your food. Air fry it instead. Next, you can use meal prep companies if you're somebody who has the means to do that, and if you just don't feel like cooking. All right. Now, that's the end of that presentation. Now, for everybody in here that is looking to work with a coach, I'll just give you a little rundown on what I do real quick. As a coach, it's just my job to hold you accountable. So we do weekly calls. We check in on a weekly basis. I give you the game plan. You have your marching orders. You make it happen. And we check in and we hear the good news. I work with people that are like winners that are ready to go to the next level. I try to be very direct and yeah, it is what it is. I just try to work with people that are ready to make a change because I remember what it was like when I was trying to lose the weight. So I just try to, transfer that mindset over to you so that you know what it takes in order to reach your goals. And that's it. Now everybody here that is interested in working with me as a coach, you can comment the word coach and I'll send you some information and I'll talk to you back and forth a little bit. Unless you're on Facebook and YouTube, then I'll just send you a link. Matter of fact, I'll put the link right here. This is link is Better You, Better Society. You can click this. You can book a call. I have some slots open for tomorrow. All right, so this is the link. No oils at all. You can do. All right, everybody. So if you're on Facebook and YouTube, I just put the link in the comment section. You can do a little bit of like cooking spray. And you could do like if you use portion control, like if you measure out 1 tablespoon of olive oil, that can actually be beneficial because you'll get some healthy fats in. When I was making this, I was under the impression I'm talking to people that just like drown their food in oil. So for that person, don't use any oil or use portion control, but make sure you're tracking your calories. I do believe I'll probably do a lesson on how to track calories because I think that is very, very important. Electric lunchbox is keeping me. I actually have one of those. My wife bought one of those. Those are cool. When it comes to the chicken and vegetables method, can you add sauces like teriyaki, etc.? You can just use like less is more. Less is more. I like to walk, but I have inflammation in my knee that stops me from walking. So what can I do to get rid of the inflammation in order for me to be able to walk? So you might want to get inside of a pool. You might want to get on a exercise bike or do the elliptical. Do something that isn't going to like cause that knee pain to flare up, right? And guess what? As you lose weight, as you start eating better, the inflammation will begin to dissipate a little bit and dissipate. I'm using big words now. And it'll be less pressure and less weight on your knees. So then you'll be able to walk easier. But for now, get in the pool, get on the bike, get on the elliptical. Look, guys, if there was one piece of advice that I could give you that I really want you to hold on to, it is that you need to embrace stepping out of your comfort zone. If you can embrace doing things that are different, then that is greatly going to help you because, like if you are the kind of person who struggles to do new things, you're going to struggle to implement these tips. But if you can hear what I'm saying and then actually go to the gym and get in the pool tomorrow to do your cardio, those are the kind of people that make it. Those are the type of people that win. All right, let's see. The breakfast includes rice. No. Is intermittent fasting good? It's irrelevant. If you are following a meal plan, then you're good. All right, let's see. What is his name on YouTube? My name on YouTube is Better You, Better Society. You go 3 hours per day to the gym. Really? Yeah, I spend a lot of time in the gym. If it's a day when I'm really busy, I'll be there for like 90 minutes. Hey, coach, how about avocado spray? That's fine as well, too. I actually like the sprays because it just helps you use portion control when it comes to using the oils. All right, everybody. So, is it necessary for you to do 1 hour of cardio? It isn't necessary, but it is very helpful. You can do 30 minutes or do 20 minutes. Like you can start small and then you can build your way up. Um, all right, everybody. But that's pretty much it. If this was helpful to you, please just drop it in the comment section and let me know that it was helpful. And then please let me know what you would like for me to do a presentation on next. And I will get to work on making that presentation tomorrow morning. Incline treadmill better. Um, yeah, walking on the incline treadmill is better than just regular walking because you'll burn more calories. But it depends on what you can do. The most important thing is that you adhere to the plan that is given to you. So if you're somebody who can do that, then yes, incline treadmill is better. I'd even tell you to get on the Stairmaster. All right, thank you, thank you. We need merch. Yeah, it's funny. I actually used to sell merch, but I will drop some again. So what if I go to the gym at 10 and get done at 11:30? Is that too late to do a protein shake? No, it is not too late. It's never too late for you to eat your meals. You take your meals and you just fit them around like your lifestyle and your schedule. Does it cost something to talk to you? So the first call that I do is like it's not a coaching call though. It's a sales call. So that's to see if you're a good fit for the program. But to actually join the program, yes, it does cost something. This was solid. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. 1 hour Stairmaster. I actually do 1 hour on the Stairmaster, but I had to build my way up to that. I did not just start off doing 1 hour on the Stairmaster. Can I overdo walking? Not. It's really difficult to overdo walking. Can I fast for a week, then start a diet? Would it be a good way to kickstart weight loss? Not necessarily. You could. Mentally, it might be helpful for you. Yeah, and actually, matter of fact, I take that back. If you fast for a week where you're not really eating anything, if you go 1 week, well, like fasting, I can give you a diet of Brussels sprouts and dirt, and you're gonna love it because you just went a whole week without eating. So anything I give you, you're gonna love. So that could be good for you. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, everybody. Like I said, you can send me a DM, send me a private message, and let me know what you would like to see a presentation on next. You can ask or better yet, you don't have to do that. You can just ask me whatever your fitness related questions, whatever your fitness related question is. Try to be as detailed as possible. I'm going to take the best questions and I will structure future presentations around that. And like I said, I'm going to try to do my next one tomorrow. But God bless you all, and thank you for spending your time and attention with me. Like I said, Hair by T Air, how to maintain weight once you're at your goal. I like that question. Please send that to me in the DM. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to pick some questions tomorrow to do presentations on. But later, guys. Oh, let's see. Great tips. I'm trying to get an hourglass figure. All right. Stay strong over the weekend. Yes, everybody stay strong over the weekend. I just left Instagram. Now I'm here. I'm still on Facebook and YouTube, though. But yeah, stay strong over the weekend. I was just talking to one of my coaches about a client that struggles over the weekend. Like he does good Monday through Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday, he does the binge eating. And that right there can just derail all of your progress. So stay strong over the weekend. All right. When I was getting into like fitness, there was a time when I was doing that as well. Monday through Friday, I was strong. Saturday and Sunday, I would start cheating on my diet, and I would treat it like it was a break. I spoke to a friend of mine. He told me that I need to treat the weekends like I treat the weekdays. I started doing that, and guess what? I went from losing 1 pound a week to losing 3-4 pounds a week just from making that one change of being consistent on Saturday and Sunday. So if you are trying to see astronomical results, you treat Saturday and Sunday with the same amount of discipline that you treat Monday through Friday. And it doesn't have to be something that you do for the rest of your life, but you need to lock in for a period of time, get to your goal, and then we can follow a plan that is a little bit more relaxed. But later, everybody.